Take a look at this video we shot of the installation of concertina razor wire. This wire is different from traditional razor wire. The coils and material are actually designed to hold people up and give Border Patrol time to arrest them. After Trump ordered the Treasury Department to stop the minting of pennies, experts across the country have been putting in their 2 cents on his administration's efforts to save money. So Allie, that's a lot of really intense weather across the country. Kentucky is still bracing for more wind and rain, but out here in the desert, everything's pretty calm. But are we officially out of winter, or are we going to see those colder temperatures make a comeback? But there was something serious happening right there, a major collision that DPS reported on. Right now, we know that there are injuries, but we don't know the extent of them just yet. With just a week until the annual rodeo parade, we're taking a look at some of the past rodeo parade grand marshals, including retired astronaut and U.S. Senator Mark Kelly. And many of us make resolutions heading into the new year to better ourselves, but it can be hard to stay consistent. As you have probably noticed, the unseasonably warm weather, and we aren't the only ones enjoying the sun. Scorpions are on the crawl much earlier than usual. Whether you're planning on hanging out with your friends, spending time with your special someone, or celebrating yourself, all of us at KOLD 13 News want to wish you a day full of love. Philly's mayor is asking fans not to climb on light poles, but knowing how hard Eagles fans go, we're not sure if any light poles are safe. Those videos, if you notice, they have like 7 fingers, and it's a little Disney-like, it's AI.
That's our message for the morning, is be a little skeptical of what you see on the internet, because there's a lot of junk out there right now.
But you don't have to be skeptical of 13 First Alert meteorologist Corey Coates. You can trust this man. And
Corey, it's your birthday?
It's your birthday, Corey!
You didn't say anything?
We would have made the whole show about you.
Oh my gosh. No need to do that.
So
Rain is more important.
We will on Fox 11.
And the traffic is just going and going and going. I'm going to step out of the frame right now so you can really see how bad this traffic really is, because it actually got to the point where trucks were trying to reverse to get back on this exit ramp, which is the only place we're really seeing any moving cars. If you see that silver car that is wrapped around the base of a palm tree, and then the rest of the palm tree is kind of over on the sidewalk. Right now, it looks like law enforcement is cleaning the scene up. They're putting that car onto this tow vehicle to get that out of the way. And right now, all we know from TPD is that this crash was deadly and that it involved 1 car. I'm Tolulope Ajayi in your morning sprint, and sprint is exactly what you're going to want to do to the Just Between Friends consignment sale that starts this morning at 10. I mean, look how cute. I wish I could shop for myself. How do you come up with these recipes? Like, what inspires that?
You know, it's kind of like we tell the kids, use what you have.
Yeah.
Depending what we get donated on a week-to-week basis, will kind of determine what our recipes are.
Great.
So if we get donated, you know, like 400 pounds of zucchini, then that's probably a week we're doing calabacitas.
Love it, love it. You got to use what you have around you. I know we've all been in those places where it's like, what do I eat? I'm looking at my pantry, I've got nothing.
Exactly.
You've always got something that you can make a meal out of. It's usually the smallest and the youngest passengers who aren't able to advocate for themselves when it comes to passenger safety. This is chair volleyball, and it's one of the newest events coming to the 2025 Tucson Senior Olympics. A lot of money goes into getting a driver's license like this one, and that's why their campaign is focused on helping victims of the Eaton and the Palisades fires, 1 cookie at a time. Each one of the hundreds of horses here today had to qualify to make the cut. You can see some of them behind me right now. They're saddled up and ready to go for the parade.
And there really isn't enough family entertainment.
When Tony Terry sees a need, he doesn't hesitate.
Our audiences were eating at other places, so I thought I better go in the restaurant business.
For nearly 5 decades, Terry has transformed Tucson entertainment and dining. He opened the Gaslight Theater in 1977 and Little Anthony's Diner in the 80s, turning his businesses into crafted experiences.
I like to call it the home of the 2-hour vacation. And you can come in and you can have a great time.
Little Anthony's isn't just a diner. It's a 1950s time capsule with a vintage feel and classic American comfort food. Beyond the diner and theater, Terry's ventures include a pizza place, a costume shop, and a print shop. When asked how he manages all of these projects, Terry says,
it's ADHD, I think.
But there's more to his success than an active brain. It's about community.
It's just family. You know, it is absolutely great. I've got such a great team.
And the secret ingredient is loving what he does.
It can't be about the money. If you make it about the money, you will fail, I promise. It's got to be about your heart. It's got to be about what makes you happy.
It's a day of service, it's never a day off, and so just coming out and being with the community meeting and greeting and making sure that we're all following the mission that Dr. King set before us.
People gathered at the Reed Park bandshell for opening remarks before starting the 3-mile march around the park. Then after the march, the celebration kicked off with food, local vendors, speeches, tributes, and live performances. And while the community celebrated here in Tucson, Dr. King's push for unity was also top of mind as a new administration enters the White House.
We need to have dialogue, have conversations, and realize that Dr. King and leaders like him really wanted to make sure that there was connection across the aisle, connection across parties, and making sure that the concern is always the people of the United States of America, regardless of their background.
And in those conversations is an opportunity to reflect on how far we've come and the work that still lies ahead.
I think as we continue to identify areas in the community where you still have some oppression or things like that going on, just continue to unite as a people, and at the end of the day, just treat people how you want to be treated so we can kind of move together as a community instead of as individuals.
Abortion access here in Arizona has been a heavily debated topic since before it was even on the ballot. And now that the Associated Press has reported that Proposition 139 will pass, the question is, how will it be implemented? You may remember that even though the 1864 statewide ban was repealed, many were concerned that there was still room for more restrictions on abortion beyond the current 15-week limit. The proposition will allow abortion until fetal viability and in cases where the physical or mental health of the mother is at risk. Supporters of Prop 139 believe this measure could save women's lives, while opponents believe the proposition will limit medical oversight.
So right now, any woman or girl that goes for an abortion in Arizona is guaranteed to see a qualified medical doctor. And that medical doctor is important because he or she has the expertise to detect and to respond to complications or medical emergencies. But that goes away under Prop 139.
We are seeing cases of women dying, of people dying from miscarriages or sepsis. There is an exception for after 6 weeks or 15 weeks, but judges and doctors are saying you're not close enough to dying. And I think that that is cruel.
Arizona for Abortion Access released a statement late Tuesday night saying Arizona voters have made history once again. Proposition 139 was overwhelmingly approved, guaranteeing Arizonans the fundamental right to abortion. Arizona for Abortion Access, the proud coalition behind Proposition 139, celebrated the decisive victory Tuesday night, surrounded by hundreds of volunteers. Now that Prop 139 is expected to pass, there will be a 90-day implementation period where the specifics of the law are figured out before the state constitution is amended. Reporting in Midtown, I'm Tolulope Ajayi, 13 News.